Depression is a demon. No one should have to walk in on a suicide, especially not a teenage kid. Dad had always warned me about depression. Depression is a demon, he would say. Looking back, I could see why it was that he warned me to grind that topic into my head so often. When I was younger, I was very absorbed with my own life. That is what teenagers do. Teenage problems, teenage drama, teenage angst. You miss some of the larger issues that are right in front of you. I missed that Dad switched jobs, not for the better money, or for something he liked better, but because he was let go. I didn't understand the yelling that happened late into the night, that I would drown out with music. I overlooked the nights I came home after curfew, and Dad was always waiting up to make sure I was okay. Dad would say that depression would loom around. It would hang on your shoulders, and even when you think it's gone, it will be there, waiting for that low point. I don't think I noticed what he was trying to tell me. I remember we would go on family trips and Dad would always smile, but he would look off into the distance, almost like he wasn't really there. He was thinking about something else that only he knew about. I think Mom noticed it too. It tore her to the point that she moved out. She said she couldn't handle him anymore. When I found the note, I didn't know what to do. I had no idea that the word goodbye could be as powerful as it was on that yellow notepad. I ran through the house screaming for him. Dad! Dad! My feet thumping around the first floor and the stairs towards his bedroom. A thin line of light showed under the bathroom door. I pounded on it, yelling for him again. Dad! Sobbing. All I could hear was my dad sobbing coming from the other side. Dad, please. I said one more to myself than to him, unsure if he could ever hear me. With such a whimper, the doorknob was cold to the touch. My hand wrapped around it, but I couldn't will myself to turn it. I knew what the note meant. Dad was behind this door, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to see him, as he might be. He had already gone through with it. What should I do if he had? Should I just wait and call 911? But if I didn't go in now, would he go through with it before anyone else was here to help me? Thoughts raced through me, but finally instinct took over. My body moved before my mind could find a conclusion. The door swung open slowly. There he was, razor to wrist and slitting in the bathtub. A small thickle of blood ran over his arm. He was shaking. The blades had just barely pierced his skin. He hadn't gone through with it yet. I could still help him. I didn't know what to say. Dad, please, don't, please. It was all I could think of, but he didn't listen. He stared like he always did, away at something like he wasn't there with me. I followed his line of sight out of the corner of my eye. I could see it, or I couldn't see it until I really wanted to. A shadow figure. An outlined figure of a man with no form. The fool knelt beside my dad. He was touching him. No, he was holding him, holding his arms, holding his hands. Dad wasn't cutting his wrist. Shadow, the thing I could see but couldn't see, was cutting him. The long smoky finger of the thing held the razor over Dad's wrist, and his head would shift from the blade to meet Dad's gaze, and then back again. It played with him, almost asking, "Should I?" When I could finally break my eyes away, they locked with my father's. He stopped looking at the shadow. He was looking at me, right into my eyes. "Help me." The blade slid effortlessly down his arm. Dad's eyes were watering and I was frozen. I had no idea what I had walked in on, or what I was witnessing. Worst of all, I had no idea how to help. Dad went limp. The shadow turned his head to me. His funeral was a few days ago. I haven't really left my room much since then. Mom calls me down for dinner, and I try. I really do, but I don't think I can ever tell her about the shadow that I saw with Dad. I don't think I can ever tell her that it hasn't left my side since that day.